Hello everybody, hope that you're doing very well and welcome to this evening's technical analysis where we're going to be going through Bitcoin, we're going to be going through Ethereum, and I think we're going to be taking a look at some altcoins. I put out a post on Instagram saying to people, vote for their favorite altcoin, basically vote for the altcoin that you want me to cover tonight, and I will cover the most highly requested altcoin. So that's what you got to look forward to this evening. Well, I don't know what the altcoin is going to be yet. I suppose we'll see the most voted altcoin in about, what time is it now? 10 to 7. I imagine we get to the altcoin in maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so. So if you haven't already, you can head across. If you want your altcoin to be covered, you can head across to Instagram. That's the Instagram link right there. And comment on this photo. Commenting on this photo, and we're going to see what is the most highly requested altcoin, and that's what we'll cover in tonight's live stream. So if you want your altcoin to be covered, head over to Instagram, comment on the link, and we'll see what wins. I don't really mind what we cover, so I'll just vote. I'll just cover whatever the audience wants to view tonight. I'm pretty easy in that regard. But yeah, I do want to be going over definitely Bitcoin. I do definitely want to be going over Ethereum, because Ethereum is like a massively important, really urgently important level, ladies and gentlemen. Ethereum is pretty key right now. Bitcoin, that's less of an emergency. So the Bitcoin chart is not really an emergency at the moment, but the Ethereum chart, Ethereum is on a total state of emergency. So we are going to be covering that for you this evening. Should be fun. And what are we on? Friday evening. My day has been insanely busy. I've had like non-stop today, just one of the busiest days of the year. Really busy. So I kind of just want to chill out with you all in the stream, go over some technical analysis, go over some charts, cover some of the really bullish news that's been coming out. Obviously, I'm not sure how many of you have seen this, but you saw some few bits of news regarding Apple today. Obviously, nothing really officially like we really wanted to see, but there's progress being made behind the scenes. We can see evidence of this. So this is all really positive for the cryptocurrency space. So we'll be covering that tonight, as well as what that really means for the chart here of Bitcoin, and how we can be approaching this, I don't know, over the weekend, over really the next 1 to 7 days time. So yeah, if you're looking forward to that, you can stick around for the stream. What we always like to say, ladies and gentlemen, is we've got 1,500 people in the stream right now, so we like to get at least half of the likes always against the concurrent viewers. So if you're watching this right now, please, it only takes 1 second of your time to show the appreciation, to show that you enjoy what we're doing. All you need to do is click like on the video, click like, turn that blue, and like this guy says, thank you, Daniel, for existing. You changed my life. That's really great to see. I'm happy to help you. And to help me in return for the valuable information that you'll be getting today, all you need to do is click on the like button, click on share, copy the link, and share this on Facebook, Twitter. As we always say, you got to email this out to your friends, your family, your mother, your daughter, your granddaughter, your great-grandmother. They all need to know about this live stream tonight, because we're going to be talking about the urgent emergency on Ethereum. So let's begin then. Let's begin. So yeah, Bitcoin, where we at sat at right now, we're sat at $47,200, Ethereum at 0.038. So that's what we're going to be looking at tonight. So Bitcoin on the bigger term time frame, ladies and gentlemen, what can we see here going on? Okay, so I think we can start off looking at this on the bigger term time frame. So the higher term time frames, I think we're going to have to really, to get a proper analysis and a viewpoint of where we are, we really do have to take this looking at it on the high term time frames, because to work out where Bitcoin is going next, and I feel we have a little bit of time to decipher this, really, because Bitcoin is currently just going a bit sideways. It's basically Bitcoin's going sideways, and a lot of the rest of the market is pumping really massively. So Bitcoin, we have a little bit of time to cool down, and so we can look at this on the bigger picture of where is the most likely direction next for Bitcoin, and what is that going to give us in terms of high term time frame targets. So that should be brilliant. So I think this is what we're going to start off out first. So this is obviously the Bybit chart. I think what I might do is, I obviously only trade Bybit, but for the history, obviously Bybit was only has the history here from 2018. We can get a lot more history. And the chart I like to refer to for that is BTC USD. And we can actually come back onto Bitstamp. So Bitstamp is going to offer us a lot. Oh my. Oh my, I just saw something really amazing. I just saw something absolutely amazing that has made my eyes light up right now. And I am hyped for this stream because I've just seen something that is absolutely amazing inside of the altcoin market. Oh my God. What a special day we have. Oh my God, the altcoins are going crazy. Wow. Let's try and just focus on Bitcoin for a minute. But oh my, this is really exciting. Oh, wow. Let's just focus on Bitcoin though for a minute that we got here. So, oh my God, the altcoins, man. Anyway, Bitcoin. So what do we have here on the bigger term time frame? So really clearly, I think we've looked at this quite a few times before. If we move this up to the weekly term time frame, doesn't this look really bullish? If we put on an Elliott wave count on this, it really does look like we finished our wave 1 here. We worked on a wave 2. We put in our wave 3. We ended our wave 4, and we're still working for the wave 5 here on Bitcoin. Okay, so this is giving us really nice targets for a bullish Elliott wave count. The bullish Elliott wave count here, on a high term time frame perspective, is that we've put in wave 1, we retraced for 2, we come up for 3, we put in some sort of flat for the 4, and now we're working on the wave 5 here. Ladies and gentlemen, if we're going to try and extrapolate some targets from this, what we can do is the length of wave 1 to the end of wave 4, and the targets are crazy high. Okay, what we're going to try and do is, let's just do this in a few different ways. If we do this off of blah blah, this is on, we're going to have to, right, this is one way, and then we're also going to take the length of wave 3 to the end of wave 4. I'm going to start to see we have a few different targets in here. Okay, some targets seem extremely high. And some targets are still pretty high in my opinion, but nevertheless, this is how we're going to look at this. Let's just try and zoom out a little bit here. So we're going to see, obviously bring this up to around 100. Okay, so we have our 1-to-1 extension. And you might think that this seems really crazy, like it's never going to hit. But the thing is, you know, anything is possible in trading, and literally anything is possible. And you know, this is giving us targets between $500,000 and you know, reaching $1.6 million per Bitcoin. I mean, how crazy would that be? Even if we just hit the first target of the 1-to-1 of the length of wave 3 to the end of wave 4, that's given you a price target of $500,000 per Bitcoin. That is absolutely incredible. And you might be thinking, wow, I'm so late to the move. I've missed the move on Bitcoin. I'm so annoyed. And then you think to yourself, wow, actually, the fact that price target number 1 is still another basically 1000% away. Well, we could actually still be really early inside of the cryptocurrency space, if you think of it like that. Really, if you really do think of it like this, then we're actually still pretty early, because wave 1, we were a retracement for 2, 3. Look at this. We went sideways for quite a long time on wave 4, and now we're only just starting really the 5th wave. This 5th wave is only really just beginning. So on the grand scheme of things, doesn't this look really bullish for Bitcoin? It really does. We could only just be starting really this 5th wave. Okay, and if this 5th wave is going to continue its impulsiveness, or the 1-to-1 extension here is sitting at around $500,000 per Bitcoin. So that would be a really big high term time frame target. If we are looking at it from the length of wave 1 to the end of wave 4, gives you a target number 1 of around $500,000 per Bitcoin. Okay, that would obviously be crazy. The market cap would absolutely explode, and maybe Michael Saylor gets his wish, where, you know, Bitcoin's market cap would literally be bigger than gold. So obviously there's a lot of speculation in this. There's a lot of speculation if that can even be possible. Yeah, there's obviously lots of speculation around that, and we're not going to say that's going to happen overnight. No, that would likely, if it got to those sort of prices, it's going to be over, you know, several more years. But, you know, just looking at it in terms of an Elliott wave count, and in terms of how you're generally going to be looking for your extensions, well, you actually have a potential target there of $500,000 per Bitcoin, which is absolutely crazy when you think of it. And then you actually think to yourself, You know, when you zoom in on the daily chart and you say to yourself, oh, I'm so annoyed I missed this move. And then you think, well, actually, in the next few years, you could be hitting 500,000. Well, you can't really be annoyed, can you? Because you're like, wow, potentially really, really early still on Bitcoin. But obviously, these sort of predictions that we're looking at here don't help you day trading. You know, this is never going to help you day trading. But it's just interesting to look at. I think it's interesting to just take a step back for a second, just to look at the bigger chart and be like, you know, there's a lot of potential, I suppose. You just have to think, wow, look at the opportunities. Like, the opportunities really, really, really are massive. You have to think the percentage in wave 1 there was just literally a crazy amount of percentage, 47,000%. Then the length of wave 3 here was a percentage gain of around basically 12,000%. And the length of this, we just extend it from here, it could still be another. So basically the same around the length of wave 3. We could generally say that our wave 5 is not going to be as impulsive as wave 3. The length of wave, in terms of time, the length of this wave 3 here, the end of the wave 4. So we could imagine this takes until February 2023. February 2023 potentially. So this is another 721 days maybe to actually get up to those sort of levels. But yeah, I wouldn't yeah, obviously I can't trade off of this information. That doesn't help me in a trade, but it's, I don't know, it's just interesting to look at now. But then when we start to come down on a smaller term time frame, so this is when you can get trading information. So now we are here on the daily. Well, even from the daily here, we had our original impulse, and then we once again put in some sort of running flat, and now we're getting another impulse out of it. So again, if we're labeling this on the lower term time frames, then this is wave 1. This was our wave 2. Doesn't it still seem like we were in the wave 3 at the moment? That's what I would say, that we're still in wave 3 here. So this is wave 1, this is wave 2, this is coming up for the wave 3. We're going to have a 4 and a 5. There was debates at the time whether this was going to be our wave 4, but I actually feel that this is maybe just wave 2 or 4 of the third, because of the way that we've came out of it really strongly again. You know, one has to think that this is still impulsing up in wave 3 at the moment. So then we're left wave 1, this is wave 2, and this is actually still an impulse structure up into the, it's still impulsing up in the third wave here. So this does leave you with pretty bullish. Again, we're looking at this on a medium term time frame. We can't expect this to happen in a day. You know, we can't say, oh, this is going to happen tomorrow. You know, but we can look at this over the perspective of a few weeks, a month, few months. One has to say it looks really, really, really bullish. To be honest, I really would say it does. And in terms of ways that we can look at this, we're obviously through our extension targets now. I'm going to take it from here. So on the higher term time frame here, we could have a potential target there of around $65,000. So we could see a potential move to around that $65,000. And that's where we could then potentially get a bigger correction for the wave 4. Because I don't feel that this was the wave 4, because the length of time was really, really, really quick. It was only a month-long correction. And it doesn't really feel like the whole of, you know, it can't be the whole of wave 4. So this is likely just a subwave. This is likely just a subwave of the bigger trend that's still parabolic. You know, arguably it's still parabolic at the moment. Okay, we haven't really pulled back in any heavy, quote unquote, heavy amount. And it's like we've seen this in the, you know, this is what Bitcoin does. Look at this uptrend that we had during 15, 16, and 17. You know, there were pullbacks in this uptrend, but every single pullback was a really massive buy opportunity. Okay, so until you really break the trends, then look at this, every single dip, and you were seeing dips of here, you dipped 36%, here you dipped 39% almost, here you dipped 38%, nearly 40%, here you dipped 29%, 30%. So when you remember how Bitcoin moves, it does have these 30% pullbacks, but it just continues to pump and pump and pump and pump and pump and pump and pump. So it's very dangerous to try and think that this is the high for Bitcoin, isn't it? Can we all agree that it's pretty dangerous to say that this is likely the high? Because every single retracement is a really big buy opportunity until proven otherwise. Till proven otherwise, is a really, really bullish looking chart. And we can say that Bitcoin is used to seeing these heavy pullbacks, you know, literally some pullbacks of up to 40%. And, you know, as long as the trend is remaining intact, which it is during all of this structure, this is a bullish trend. You cannot, that's a fact. Like, the absolute fact is that Bitcoin is in a bullish trend. So we are in a bull market officially. So very dangerous to try and short Bitcoin for a swing trade. And you know, if you just want to leave it a few months, you know, it's pretty dangerous to just leave Bitcoin for a few months. So in that regards, let's just say that we pull back 40%. Even let's say we move up to 65,000 and then we pull back 40%. Well, that still only would bring us back to retesting $40,000. And then the uptrend can continue it again. So it's pretty interesting the way that you just have to approach this in a mindset of, again, this is if you're a swing trader. Just got to approach this in the mindset I really think of, you know, this is a really bullish trend on Bitcoin, and until proven otherwise, you know, I'm comfortable to buy the dips. And I feel this is a sensible way to approach the market for a swing trader's perspective. Again, no financial advice. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. I'm definitely not telling anybody what to do with their money. But I feel that this is a sensible way to approach the market from a swing trader's perspective. So yeah, on the shorter term, we're just going sideways. Okay, there's nothing really exciting about Bitcoin at the moment. Okay, it is literally just going sideways. Okay. Let's look at aggregate trade, because people love the aggregate trade. AGG aggregate trade. So here we can see some of the bigger orders coming into the market. So should we see if people are buying and selling right now on the Bitcoin charts? We'll keep our eye on this. This is free software, by the way. Yeah. So this software is free. Where you can see people buying and selling when they place their big orders. So here you see somebody's just bought 1.2 million Bitcoin worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, that we'll keep our eye on this and see how many people are going to start buying and selling as we're approaching these highs. Finding resistance currently at around $47,500. So that's really your current local resistance here, as we are trying to battle our way up through these highs. I'm just gonna try and watch here a second and see if we manage to break through this high. I'm just interested to see if we break it or not. So this could be pretty important. So let's just keep our eye on this a minute. And then I suppose we'll take a look at Ethereum. I'm just need to see this on Bitcoin, see if we break or not. But the volume is like non-existent. You've seen no big orders come in yet. This is really surprising. Normally this like flings through massive orders. But you don't have any divergences. Kind of do on the higher term time frame there, but nothing locally here. Oh boy. Oh my god, man. Oh man. That's crazy. Some of these alts are literally pretty insane. But yeah, look at this. So Bitcoin actually really struggling here. I think there's like no volume. Literally nobody right now is buying and selling. So the volume, look how low the volume is. Like here, this is the volume bars, and you can see that the volume is absolutely dead. So the volume is ultra low, and we're literally seeing no big orders come into the market. So this is just really stable on Bitcoin. Okay, there's literally no volume at the moment. So you obviously, if you see a bigger move to the downside or a bigger move to the upside, you want to see that sustained with high volume, because otherwise it's just really choppy. And this is where if you trade, you can get chopped up and lose a lot of money because you're trying to trade like a really bad environment. So in terms of like a good environment for trading, we want to actually see some high volume, and that's really simply just not happening at the moment. Well, I can't remember the last time I saw 3 minutes gone and there was only $1 million order. This is really low volume. And for the people wondering what website this is, I will post this for you all. Okay, that's the name of the software here, and this is totally free. And you can just see like just used for watching the high orders really. Yeah, it's really pretty surprising. So what I would say is, like, locally here, the volume is ultra low. So generally speaking, one doesn't want to look to get involved if you're a scalp trader. Like, one doesn't really look to get involved when there's like literally nothing happening. I took another order, but like this is really slow. It's like aggregating the orders obviously together, but yeah, there's nothing happening on Bitcoin. So I suppose we can move on to Ethereum, because I think Bitcoin is kind of a little bit dead. Let's just say that. So let's move on to Ethereum then. So this is the urgent, massively important news that Ethereum has tried to now reclaim this weekly. And I'm going to point you to a really funny comment that I put today. Yeah, I want to just bring your attention to this because it was actually really funny. Here we go. I'm gonna just talk you through these last few steps. Yeah, exactly as predicted. This is a new meme. Exactly as predicted. Look at this. Thank you for making that. But this is funny. Yeah. So this is what I was posting earlier. Time to pump my bags. They are heavily weighting. I'm referring to Ethereum. And this is what I posted last night. Yeah, this is what I posted last night. I really do think soon most people will get bored of Ethereum and sell it, and then we will pump again. So what I was saying is lots of people, and I think this was a pretty big fact, that Ethereum here had been dropping heavily over the past week. Over the past week, Ethereum has been dropping heavily, and I think it was spending a lot of time around these lows. And it was a case, I literally said this in last night's live stream. Like my last night's live stream, I was saying, I feel like Ethereum is a really bad short, because at any moment, the coin will just end up reversing to the upside and do a short squeeze. And this is really does seem like it's happening at the moment. And so it's like, Ethereum was really hyped up around a month ago, and then it went through this consolidation and everybody got really bored of it. And then when everybody gets really bored, just like fires up again. And so I really do feel that Ethereum has the potential now to fire up once more and see massive potential returns to the upside. We obviously have a really now key level. This weekly it has been really key, but let's just see here where our point of control is. Okay, so what we're going to be looking at here is some key support levels. So we can say that this is our first key support here. We would arguably say if this is lost, then it feels like this was a fake out. I'd say if this support here is lost, then I would say that this was a really big fake out. Okay, and then we will be seeing lower prices. But as long as we can now hold this support, we've broke above the monthly, as long as we can change these lower highs, I do feel that Ethereum can put in this bottoming pattern, and we can be seeing a return once again to new highs. Okay, Ethereum really has been going sideways now for the past 24 days. So it's been pretty boring in that regards. For the last 24 days, it's literally done nothing. I feel people have lost interest in Ethereum again. They've started to think, oh, this is really boring. And, when everybody gets really bored of it again, well, guess what? Then it can start to have a move up. So I do feel that Ethereum has really good potential. Again, if it loses this support, then we can say, well, that was actually a fake out. and it's probably going to come back down to 0.35 to 0.34. This would be our target box if we lose this support. But as long as now we can hold this support and we put in this nice rounded bottom here, yeah, we can be looking up to much higher prices again. And I feel Ethereum could really get the show underway once again. As potentially move sideways for a little bit here on Bitcoin, form a bit of consolidation. I would say accumulation on Bitcoin, and it really does feel like to me accumulation on Ethereum. And then if this is the case, we will be seeing much higher prices on the Ethereum chart, possibly up to that $2,000 level, and then on Bitcoin seen around, you know, that big $50,000 level, which I think everybody has their eyes on at the moment, that $50,000 level on Bitcoin. What you could be seeing next. So yeah, that's just my local thoughts here on Ethereum. It needs to really hold this key support here. Okay, as you can see where we're getting that from. This support needs to be held, and as long as we can hold that key support, I feel really good things that are going to come for Ethereum in the shorter term. As long as we hold that support, I feel that this has great upside potential, where we can literally be imagining still, you know, this is the thing, it's been going sideways for the last month. As long as we hold that upside potential, we'll be seeing 50 to 129% gains. My perspective is the same on Ethereum as it was a few months ago. Like I feel Ethereum is a really bullish chart, and I do feel that Ethereum has a potential 50-100% gain to the upside. Honestly, I really do believe this. So I feel that, yeah, I feel Ethereum has really nice potential gains here. Easy invalidations, easy setups, and the same obviously with a few of the other alts. So let's see what the most voted altcoin was then. So what do people want to see tonight? People are voting for Cardano, EOS, Cardano. I guess Cardano is the most voted altcoin then. So there we go. These are the sweets that help me get through the streams. That I'm actually becoming addicted to them because they taste really nice as well. But they're kind of like a throat sweet. I'm a bit addicted. So I suppose that's it then. We can take a look at our Cardano EOS. I'm happy to do that. Look at this volume, it's so awful. It's really low. So yeah, we'll take a look at Cardano EOS, and I want to take a look at a few of my altcoins. Okay, so I'll take a look at a few of those altcoins as well, which I personally feel is a really good opportunity. Oh, by the way, as I see this, know that anybody that comments with a WhatsApp address is 100% scamming. So this, if you ever see anything like this in the comments, 100 million% a scammer. If anybody's telling you to go on WhatsApp or Telegram or, you know, these shady sort of places, this is 1 million% a scam. Okay, 1 million%. So yeah, like, gotta be really careful of those scammers. So yeah, that's the thing. That's what we're going to look at next then. So we'll take a look at EOS, Cardano, and then a few of my favorite altcoins. Now, what I personally feel that could have really nice potential. So yeah, I suppose if anybody has any other questions or things like that, I'm not sure how we're going to approach the questions. Because it's really hard when I'm on the stream on my own. It's really hard for me to like manage these questions because the chat goes really, really, really quickly. Like, honestly, it goes so quick. I see some people questioning about the Chinese New Year. So some people saying about the Chinese New Year. Oh yeah, I do know that, by the way, that this is only 1 million, but I don't want to see orders below that. So So yeah, what about the Chinese New Year? So I don't feel the Chinese New Year is any, if you watched yesterday's stream, we kind of made a whole meme about the Chinese New Year. I don't really feel that the Chinese New Year is anything important. Like it literally has no effect on the charts. So yeah, the Chinese New Year is a meme. Thanks, man. Yes, I will talk about two of the alts that we're interested in anyway. GRT. If you want to know about GRT, you got to ask the man, Mike. So if you want to know about that coin, you literally got to ask Mike, because Mike is the expert on GRT. Okay, this is Mike's Twitter. If you want to know anything about that coin, you got to ask Mike. So here is his Twitter. And if you spam him on Twitter saying, cover GRT, cover GRT, cover GRT, cover GRT, just literally spam him, and maybe he'll cover GRT for you. But Mike is the king at GRT. Okay. So, oh yeah, to find his post actually is probably going to take me a little while. Well, Mike's long on Tezos right now over on Bybit. So Mike's long in Tezos. There's a little hint for you. Mike is long on Tezos. Let's try and find his post on GRT though, because like this guy is literally a bit of like the altcoin king. Yeah, there you go. Look, this guy's made 6,000% on GRT, and he bought in at 0.03, and this is now worth like $2 or something, over $1 or something like this. So if you want Mike to do an analysis on GRT, you need to spam him. Literally, you got to spam him on Twitter and say, please look at GRT. Because these guys literally probably traded at one of the best in the world. 6,000% gains. That's crazy. Really, really, really crazy. But he's made 63 times his investment. That's mental, mate. So yeah, Mike's the king of GRT. And if you didn't see already, Mike is long on Tezos over on Bybit right now. So I guess we'll look at Tezos as well. Try and work out why Mike's long to this one. But yeah, he's kind of the altcoin guy. I don't really look at altcoins that much, if I'm totally honest with you. I just look at Bitcoin. But basically what I done was just like listen to what Mike says to buy, and I basically just bought exactly what Mike said. Because like Mike's the altcoin guy. So when Mike recommends me an altcoin, I'm just like, okay then, I'll just buy it. I don't actually want to trade it, but you tell me when to buy, you tell me when to sell. Mike, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know, Mike is the coach at Chart Champions. So he's obviously working for us, and he's a coach. He's an absolute legend, and literally is a really good altcoin trader. So shout out to Mike. Hopefully we'll have you on a stream with us soon. But yeah, then. So, well, should we look at Tezos then? Should we look at Tezos? Wow. Tezos is absolutely taking off right now. I want to work out why Mike actually, I already knew Mike was long on this, but this is the case. Like this chart, look at it. Like the chart is so beaten up. So you can obviously trade this on, Bybit against Tether. And I'm looking at it here on Coinbase. Okay, but look at this. So this Tezos chart has been absolutely destroyed over the past half a year. It's down 85%, and it's really got through this crucial low. And now it really looks like it can be starting at a cent in price. So really, look at this. There's hardly much resistance. So if you start to get a pump on Tezos, well, I think you can be looking at 100%. Well, it's like Ethereum. If Ethereum moves, Tezos is going to follow. And then you can be seeing these 100% gains on Tezos as well. And it looks like a really, really, really bullish chart. No financial advice. So we're not going to tell you what to do with your money. 100% we're never going to tell you what to do. So you got to do your own research. You got to do your own, do your own analysis and do your own trades. But yeah, I have bought into Tezos off of Mike's recommendation. And yeah, I'm very much content. I'm very content with how this is going. And I do also believe on Tezos, you can see really, 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 really nice gains on this. You put in a high, you put in consolidation at the high, you come down for the low. Maybe it needs a bit of more of a base. But ultimately, this looks really bullish. It does look really, really, really bullish. We try and bring this down a time frame. I mean, look at this. You put in like a base pattern. What you bounce off the CC. You literally bounce off the CC from hitting the CC. And, you know, this is obviously your time to buy these things. This is obviously pretty late. We're totally honest. But from that CC, which was literally a few days ago, you're already up 50%. Yeah. Sometimes it really is that easy. But yeah, look at this. This is breaking out of trendline resistances. You're breaking over this. You're breaking out of all resistances. What's the volume like? Look at this. Really, really, really good volume on Tezos. And it looks really bullish, yeah? It looks really bullish. So Tezos, yeah, it really does have potential. We're going to be looking for at least another, I'd say another 10% here, another 7% to the upside, maybe another 34% to the upside. And really, if it starts to reclaim this, which we can see here, is sort of a support. Just highlight this for you. This is a resistance support back into resistance zone. So if we can come back into this range, which is about another 5%, then we got another 35% potential. So yeah, Tezos looks absolutely brilliant. You can long that on, you know, if you want to be interested in it, then place that I like to look at it is Bybit. They've obviously got a tether pair on Bybit. And yeah, that looks absolutely brilliant. It really, really, really does. So shout out to Mike for that one. And I suppose while we're at it, let's shout out Mike again for his next altcoin pick. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not in on this one, then, you know, you got to pay attention to the videos that we upload. Because literally, this is Mike. This is the legend himself. This is the legend himself, Mike. This is the guy that's trading the altcoins like an absolute boss. Mike was going through in chart of the week, which he decided this week to release for free to the public. This is generally not ever going to be released for free. Okay, this is for the contenders and champions only. So only the contenders and champions will have access to this going forwards. But this was a one-off special that he decided to go through for absolute free in the public, which was literally called Chart of the Week. And he was going through Algo. This was on the 10th, 2 days ago. 2 days ago, Mike was going through Algo and explaining why this was a really good long setup. Okay? It was literally giving you the entry. Yeah? He literally gave you the entry, the stop loss, and the target on this one for absolute free. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen, Algo. Look at this. In the last 2 days since he gave that call, this coin is up 64%. 64% in 2 days. And Mike gave you that one for absolute free on YouTube. That's crazy. So this is the altcoin master. He literally is the altcoin master. If you want to know what Mike is doing and you want to trade altcoins, well, this is the guy to listen to. And yeah, the guy's making some insanely good calls. 6,000% on GRT. Doing 100% gains here on Algo. Yeah, it looks brilliant. Really, really looks brilliant. So look, here he is saying a sign of strength. Here he gave you a spring. Automatic rally, secondary test. There's your spring. There's your sign of strength. Wow, look at that. 2 days ago, he was giving you that for absolute free on YouTube. And here we are 2 days later, 65% to the upside. And it looks very, 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 very bullish. So shout out to Mike. Thank you for that. But yeah, let's be honest. It looks brilliant, no? I can't even see any resistances. So, yeah, those are the two altcoins that I like, though. I do like Tezos and I do like Algo. Also, I was if you were watching this, Algo to the moon. Algo is going to the moon. Oh yeah, and shout out to the Latin lovers because we love to listen to reggaeton. Karol G, Anuel and J Balvin today released a new song called Location, which we absolutely love. But yeah, there you go. That's the thought process on those two altcoins that are going absolutely crazy right now. Let's bring it back to what we were looking at prior. So Algo going massive. Tezos going absolutely massive. Ethereum still moving up at the moment. EOS. This is another one that I feel looks like really nice. be honest, it kind of does look like another one of these coins that's really, really nice. Obviously, you got that massive important support at 800 sats, and this is another one, to be honest. 50, 30, 100% gains to the upside don't even seem that unreasonable. You know, EOS has been going sideways for a long time. It has been accumulating. And yeah, no, it's another one of these alts that does have the potential here of, you know, 100% gains to the upside. Where can you trade EOS again? This one is available on Bybit, where you can hold, literally, you can just hold spot EOS on Bybit, or you can leverage trade it if you're feeling up for the leverage game. You can leverage it up on Bybit as well. So you know, this is a easily accessible one. Let's just put it like that. So that's looks really good though, no? But when you look at this, yeah, if we actually load this up here and we go EOS USD, and we will look at the Bybit chart of this, and what you can see here is this looks really bullish on the USD pair, yeah? So this coin literally for the past basically year, it's been in accumulation, and now it's starting to break out. It's worth just under $5. So an all-time high on this would bring you up another 90%, up to around $9. This is off of the Bybit chart anyway. It might has older price history, obviously, but yeah, this has been trading higher than that in other exchanges. But yeah, the USD pair literally for the past nearly year has been going sideways. It's been in accumulating, and really since you put that low in December, it's been, yeah, it looks like another one of those coins that has a lot of potential. Oh, this is absolutely hilarious. I'm just reading the champions chat. Everybody's loving Luke at the moment because Luke has been doing some insane calls today. I actually haven't been trading, but this is the guy that just has, this is the guy that loves Luke's calls, I think, because Luke has been doing some amazing calls, and I suppose he's just shout out to Luke. He is a legend. We are not cut from the same cloth. When he speaks, the world stops. Chart Champions is honored to have him. So this is live extreme, showing some love for Luke. That's really funny. Yeah, I wasn't actually trading today, but Luke's done some really nice calls. I'm pretty sure that he literally called the low of this move today on Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure he actually called the low there, and yeah, I think that's why live extreme is showing the love for Luke, because he's been doing some brilliant calls on Bitcoin. which is you know, that's what you should do. Show some love. Bitcoin finally moving up as well. Seeing pumps across the board, isn't this brilliant? It is pretty brilliant. Low cap ESS about to pump. Yeah, I don't want. I'm really sorry that you've donated about this, but I don't want to look at any like really low cap altcoins, because yeah, they're dangerous. Let's just put it like that. They're dangerous. You know, looking at EOS, it's such a massive market cap. EOS massive market cap. Tesla's algo massive market cap. So was that thing? Yeah, it's probably like some random low cap alt. So ADA then. Let's see what's happening. From the lows up 300%. You know, yeah, I mean, it looks good. One thing that I just want to massively highlight here is, if you like buy, again, no financial advice, but let's say you buy here on Cardano. Like, the thing is, this is so late to the move, and you could buy Cardano and get absolutely destroyed on it, because imagine if it just pulls back to support and it pulls back 20%. Excuse me. Oh my God, excuse me so much. But, you know, you could potentially get ultra wrecked buying Cardano here, because, you know, you could buy and then you're instantly down like 20% underwater. Like, you have to be really careful with these altcoins, and just literally remember, you probably are really late to all these moves. So, you know, if you weren't buying the altcoins a few days ago, because most of these altcoins in the last few days are up like 100%, you know, if you weren't buying the altcoins then obviously, in my opinion, you are way too late to all of these moves, and it's just like one of those things that you just got to say to yourself, I've probably missed the altcoin run, and who, like, it doesn't really matter. But, you know, buying now on a lot of these altcoins is obviously really, really, let's just say, a pretty crazy idea. Even buying like Algo and Tezos right now, you could get absolutely wrecked if you buy them now, because all they need to do is pull back today's percentage, and, you know, they're pulling back 40%. So you could literally lose 40% of your money instantly if you're not really careful. So, you know, I'm definitely not telling anybody to buy these in right now. And I would never tell anyone to buy or do anything anyway. But yeah, Cardano obviously does look really nice. Problem is here, it's up so much in the last few weeks. It's one of those that's just really, really, really difficult to get in now. Unless you've been trading it from down lower, and then, yeah, it's obviously, like, psychologically it's a lot easier because you're trading with so much gains. But, like, for a new person looking at Cardano, it's like, you know, it's just one of those that I have to say, I've missed it. I've missed it. I don't care. Try and find another one, the next one that's in accumulation. And obviously the next one in accumulation was Algo. And literally Mike was giving you the Algo accumulation 2 days ago. And then in 2 days, it's up 65%. But that's what you want to do. You want to find these coins in accumulation. This is accumulation wick-off schematic. And you want to buy that altcoin before it takes off. Cardano, this is way too late to buy. You want to buy it at the lows. If you're buying Cardano now, it's out of massive FOMO and a really bad decision, to be honest. But obviously, if this does continue, which maybe it does, maybe it gets another retrace before it. But yeah, you can imagine this comes up and tests up these previous highs. You know, every altcoin now looks like it can push another 30, 100%. You know, it does, doesn't it? To be honest, they're all popping. But again, it's so dangerous to buy at these high levels, because just as easy they could go up 100%. Altcoins are like the inverse of Bitcoin. Altcoins can obviously pump 100%, but the altcoins as well can dump 80% like that. Like instantly you can see like an 80% dump on an altcoin, whereas that's not going to happen on Bitcoin. You're not just going to randomly see in one day like 80% like that. That's just, the probabilities of seeing an 80% down day on Bitcoin are like so low, ultra low to see an 80% day. But if you saw an altcoin down 80% one day, you'd just be like, wow, you know, that's not even surprising. So that's obviously the advantage and disadvantage of altcoins, that they pump really hard, but also they dump really, really, really hard. So unless you get in early to the pumps, then you have to be ultra careful, because they can dump like that and you can get wrecked, because they will, just as they pump really hard, they will dump really hard. Okay. Whereas Bitcoin, you know, it's more steady, it's more slower. It's a lot easier to trade in that regards. But yeah, EOS still moving up here. Ethereum holding steady. Tezos moving up nice. Algo consolidation, but still looks nice. Cardano on the lower term time frames obviously forming a bit of a flag, so maybe you get this flag. Thing is, it's rejected obviously here off of the last high that we saw a few months ago, putting in consolidation below 2,000 sats. So one would imagine, yeah, the next move up there you'd be looking for around 2.5, so that's another 20%. But the way that I approach it is, if I was trading on altcoin and I was trading it near the lows and you've made like 100% gains, taken profits, then you can be a bit more aggressive on it. But when I am like not in the alt from the start, my perspective is just like, you know, I've missed that, and there's 1,000 altcoins out there, so who cares if you miss one of them, you know? There's so many options and choices, and it's just, I would never chase something like this. I would just never ever chase an alt that's moved up already like that amount. Same as I really wouldn't tell anybody to chase like these altcoins here, because let's be honest, they've moved up without you. You know, you just miss the boat sometimes, it doesn't matter. But yeah, Bitcoin lower term time frame still going sideways. Let's see if anybody has any questions. If anybody has any questions, let me know. I mean, let me just tell you something. Yeah, these are the people in the comment section. So everybody right now is trying to shill ADA so hard. And I just really would urge a little bit of caution for people that are just like kind of blindly listening to people. Obviously, you never want to do that. Never, ever listen to somebody on the internet. Not even myself. You want to do your own research. because if you just like listen to some of the comments section, then you're going to think ADA is the next best investment in the world. And you're going to be thinking to yourself, oh, I need to buy ADA because everybody's telling me it's going to pump massively. And if you just buy ADA blindly just because people in the comment section are saying that this is going to all-time high, well, don't cry when you get destroyed. Let's just put it like that. Yeah. Just take care. Do your own research. You know, have a stop loss, and then you're going to avoid yourself getting wrecked, obviously. So just trade with a stop loss. Trade sensibly. But yeah, I primarily focus on Bitcoin. I really don't trade the alts. I got into a few alts off of Mike's recommendations, really, but I don't really spend any time looking at the altcoins. So I'm not also the altcoin guy. I'm definitely not the altcoin guy. So you know, you may just want to disregard my opinions on the altcoins even. So that's fair enough as well. I don't honestly care. But yeah, if you that's my opinion on them. Wow, how boring has this been on Bitcoin? We've literally seen nothing. I kind of was anticipating that Bitcoin was going to be really boring because it literally is. It's literally got absolutely zero volume. The volume, look at this. It's just ultra low. Volume is non-existent. It really is non-existent. And yeah, it's just going through this consolidation. It's obviously going through just. Yeah, it's very boring. In terms of where we could look for on Bitcoin, I really wouldn't mind, to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind to see a move down over the weekend. I don't know. I'd be pretty content if Bitcoin could move down on the weekend. You know, give a bit of a shakeout for another rise going into next week. Probably would be my preferred scenario, if I'm totally honest with you, that we see a decline on Bitcoin over the weekend. We continue this, that just like drags on and people just get really bored and it heads down again. That would be my preferred scenario, if I'm totally honest. I'd be very happy if Bitcoin just goes sideways or down. It really would be my preferred scenario. Maybe we put in some sort of, what do we have here? We'd have some sort of, have a falling wedge. So yeah, maybe we get this on Bitcoin then. So maybe Bitcoin puts in a falling wedge and then it starts to break up. That could make sense. That would look like this maybe. But yeah, we have actually got a falling wedge starting here on Bitcoin, which is a bullish pattern. Obviously, invalidation is if we start to break above 48,500. So you got an easy invalidation of this is no longer a bear flag if you get above 48,500. If you get above here, then the falling wedge is invalidated. But as long as we don't get back above these highs, I'd say that we can be looking for lower here. And obviously the thing with a falling wedge is you don't trade it until you break the falling wedge, and like you look for it here. So obviously, of course, Bitcoin could do just something like this, and it actually falls down lower. So the falling wedge becomes activated when you break the trend line of the falling wedge. It doesn't get activated at the low of the falling wedge, because you could just see something like that. But yeah, my preferred scenario, if I'm totally honest, would be a retracement on Bitcoin. I would be pretty content if we saw that, to be honest with you. We'll have to wait and see whether that is the case, but that's what I would like to see basically on Bitcoin, a retracement. So we'll have to wait and see whether that happens. But that's really funny. Since we started, Tezos is up 5% since we mentioned this. It was now on 24% just 10 minutes ago. Let's just see this. Shout out to Luke. He is the legend. Yes, he is a legend. And thank you, Live Extreme, the most generous guy I've ever seen on YouTube. This guy is like flowing around dollars like it's paper money. What is it off the Wolf of Wall Street? Paper coupons, paper toys. Or I can't even remember. I love that film though. IOTA. I'll up you. I'll Uno reverse you, and I'll give you a coin that looks even better than IOTA. IOTX, is it called? Yes. This is the one up of the IOTA. Look at this one. This is way better. And I was actually looking at this one all the way when it was at 33 sats a few days ago. So I'm very content with this. But this was another one that was given to me, and yeah, baby. This is the IOTA version 2.0, IOTX. Again, you're obviously way too late for it, but this one was the one that was given to me on the radar, and wow, I'm pretty content about this one. Obviously, it's way too late, but this is the new IOTA. This is IOTX. Obviously, again, you're way too late for this move, but yeah, this one was a nice buy off of 32 sats. But yeah, too late for it now. What is your? But yeah, just so everybody's aware, I don't actually take requests on the coins. So I done that one on Instagram just for a bit of thing, but by vital donations, I'm not going to look at this, and I don't want to get into just like looking at millions of different altcoins. To be totally honest with you, and the thing is, it's probably all the exact same story. So you like ask me to look at the alts, and it's kind of be the same story as every single other altcoin. Like, I'm guessing this is up like massively. Yeah, it's like another one of these coins. You know, it's up so much. How can you get involved in this when it's up 137%? You know, pretty much you can probably just throw a dart and just buy whatever altcoin, and right now it's making money. But the thing is, you're so late to these moves right now. I just find it very hard to do analysis on something when it's like, if something's up over 100% in a few days, I would just be like, well, you're way too late to the move, and it's just like a little bit of a waste of time. Maybe I'll get Mike to do a live stream for you all, and he can talk you through the. Mike has much more patience with the altcoins than me. Basically, I'm very not patient with the alts in terms of looking through all these altcoins, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have the patience to look through all the alts. I'm much more interested in just Bitcoin. Bitcoin's my altcoin, and this is, I truly believe like this is literally all you need. What are your thoughts about the ever increasing ETH gas fees? Have you ever checked out? No, I honestly have never placed any thought into the increasing gas fees, and I don't know what WANSwap is either. I am not a fundamental guy. If you haven't already seen, I'm not a fundamental guy. I don't look at the fundamentals. I do only actually trade the charts from a technical perspective. The way that I look for alts is either look for some recommendations, what people have said that looks pretty nice, just like I've been doing with the stock market. Just look for IMI. When IMI tells me to buy something, I'm just going to buy it. And when Mike's like, oh, this is looking really nice, I'm just going to be like, okay, I'll buy this. But I don't actually spend much time looking through alts. So yeah, I have no idea about what WANSwap is. But this is the pattern that I think that we got on Bitcoin. And we can say that maybe there's a target of this. If we come down to the lows and break back up, your target's going to be around 48,000. Yeah, your target would be about $48,000. What you can do for a way to see where you could break to the downside is if we do break to the downside of this falling wedge, it would give you a target of around $43,000. So if we broke to the downside of that falling wedge, you'd look at $43,000. If you break to the upside of the falling wedge, you could look back up to around 49-ish. I'd say 48,300. I really do think that this is the pattern that you got now on Bitcoin. Looks really nice. Looks really nice. And then the thing is that Bitcoin can continue sideways here, and the alts are just going to go crazy. I can't believe that they're up this much today, to be honest with you. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, hopefully not just telling me a random altcoin, because I want to enjoy it as well. And I honestly don't really enjoy looking at random alts. If you have a good question, then please ask, and I'll happily take your good questions. like this guy is saying, Dan is a technical analysis guy, not an altcoin guy. Yeah, that's totally true. I am not an altcoin guy. So if you have a nice question, then you can ask. But like me, just targeting all these random questions of like, look at this altcoin, look at this altcoin, look at this altcoin. Yeah, honestly, it's just a waste of time because I'm not going to look at all these random alts. IMI speech. Yes, we are looking forward to the IMI speech. Have you seen the movie Big Short? Reminds me of Dr. Michael. Yes, I have watched that movie and I think it is absolutely brilliant. Thanks, Mike, for Algo. Yes, absolutely. That's everybody that's just right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike, for Algo. Because again, Mike was giving this one on a literal play with everything that you need. Entry, stop loss, and take profit. Shout out to Mike at 60% in a few days. And just so you're aware, ladies and gentlemen, that chart of the week that Mike gave here, going forward, is not ever going to be released for free on YouTube again. It's too valuable. So that is basically going to be released for the contenders and the champions. So if you want the next chart of the week, then this is going to be in the group. Obviously, this is an educational piece. It's not designed for a signal call. It's designed for education. And then it's giving his perspective of why he thinks this is a good entry, why he thinks this is a good exit. So the whole focus here is obviously education and helping, just so you're aware. Yeah, so let's see this guy. What did he say? If I decided to use a VPN to access Bybit, how do I deposit without Bybit catching on that I'm using a VPN, not financial advice? I mean, I'm really not really the guy to ask, I suppose, because I am from England, where I can use VPN without having to use, I can use Bybit without having to use VPNs. So I suppose you're probably best off asking someone from America, because I have never had to do that. But I suppose I would think that I don't see how Bybit would ever know where you're from. If you've got a VPN connection to England, then I struggle to. I don't really want to put any comments on it because I can't comment on any of that situation because I have no idea, because I've never had to use a VPN to access it. So I'm not the guy to ask about this because I have no idea. Okay. But there is, let me tell you, we have inside of the Chart Champions group 10,000 people, yeah? So that question, there is going to be somebody that may be able to help you. So I'll leave the invite link to the Discord. We've got 12,500 people in there. So I will leave this here. And you can ask inside of the group that, and I'm sure somebody might know the answer to your question. Because I honestly have never had to use a VPN. So that's just simply because I'm from England and Bybit are nice to us in England and Europe. How are people still asking me about these random altcoins? Like, like, what do I think about Nano? I'm not taking requests, by the way, so I have no opinion on Nano. Thank you. Thank you, Yunez. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try and get into a little bit of a wrap-up then, so a summary of what we got then on the charts. So my summary here is Bitcoin looks like it's going to be heading sideways for a little bit. The sideways period here on Bitcoin looks as if it's really not exciting and it's really not that urgent because Bitcoin is literally going sideways. It's consolidating and we've got a bit of a potential pattern that's forming on the Bitcoin chart, which would be a falling wedge. If that falling wedge breaks to the downside, we could look for around $43,000. If that falling wedge does break to the upside, we can look back up to around $48,500. So Bitcoin looks fairly easy in that regards, fairly slow. Obviously, the urgent updates are around Ethereum. Ethereum has really nice potential. You know, since we've been making this stream, it's continued to only move up. So Ethereum is just going up and up and up and up and up right now. So Ethereum is the urgent one right now. It looks really good for the medium term perspective. As long as we hold this important support, I feel that it looks really nice. EOS obviously looks really nice, and well, Tezos and Algo also do as well. But it might be too late for some of those other alts because literally they're already up so much. How is your nan? Thank you for asking. And she is still in hospital. For the people that don't know, by the way, my nan fell over and had to go to hospital. But she's absolutely fine. She's absolutely fine. It's just like a precaution where they keep her in for a few extra days. But yeah, she's actually in like really good health, which is obviously really good. In England at the moment, you cannot actually get to cannot visit anybody in the hospital. So it's just like she's in the hospital. I can't actually go visit her, which is a shame. But thankfully, she is okay though. So thank you for asking. Just moved to England. This is also not true, by the way. So, well, technically, yeah, they're illegal to sell in the UK, but that's only if the company is hosted in the UK. Whereas Bybit are obviously, Bybit are a like Singapore company, so it's absolutely legal. There's no worry in the world for me to go and trade on Bybit because that's absolutely allowed. The UK only banned UK-based companies from CFDs. So, for example, if I wanted to trade a CFD on IG.com, then I'm not going to be allowed to do it. But yeah, you're allowed obviously to trade on Bybit. There's not going to be any problems there for anyone in the UK. Ethereum's still moving up. Does anybody else have any other questions? Let's see. What is the free website again? The free website is this. What is the 3 most important indicators? Probably nothing. This is the thing, yeah. Have you seen me use any indicators in the live stream tonight? Have you seen me use any indicators when I've looked at any of the altcoins or any of the assets? The answer is no. Like, I am a person that doesn't use like any alt indicators. So I personally think like RSI is a total meme. I would never use RSI. Again, I used to use these things, but now I would say I've evolved. And I would say like I don't need to use RSI. I don't need to use MACD. I can just like eye the chart and have a really good sense of what's going to be happening. So my indicators are, I would literally say 0. I use basically OBV is pretty decent. So OBV is pretty decent. But I try and look at the charts just pure price action, which means a naked chart. So I don't actually like to use indicators. I try just get a naked chart. And I wouldn't class this as an indicator either. This is like order flow. Oh, of course, and volume. Yeah, but volume is obviously an indicator, I suppose. Volume is also really good. Nope, I do not really use exponential moving averages, if I'm totally honest with you, anymore. I used to, but I really don't use that anymore. Yep, no indicators. I don't really use them. Well, volume profile, I guess, is the best indicator. Market cipher, yes or no? Honestly, no. I think market cipher is also a meme. You really, I do your own research, go and do it if you want to do it. But I think market cipher is a waste of time. I'm like Neo, I see through the matrix. Honestly, like, yeah, I don't know. I think all you need is price action. Like literally, you just need to look at price action and combine that with order flow. And I don't feel that you need to look at any indicators. A lot of the indicators are going to get you in late. So you're literally going to be late to a lot of the moves. If you look at indicators. So yeah, that's something to bear in mind. I really do believe that you'll be late to a lot of the moves if you use indicators. And see if there's any other questions. Dan likes his charts like he likes his women. Yes. DDR2, this guy's a really good trader, by the way. This guy's a really good trader, and he also says market cipher is bad, so I would listen to him. Yes, like Yunus says, you need to have a plan before you enter the trade. 100%. You got to plan out your trades before you take them. That's really funny. I feel Bitcoin is probably just going to be heading on a still continuing this range. Obviously, if we do break out to the higher the range, brilliant. You can look for the longs, but I would be content if we just head sideways or down. How long have I been learning Spanish? How many years have I been doing that now? Maybe 5 years? Maybe 5 years? Maybe 5 years I've been doing Spanish. Oh, we just saw a really big move up on Ethereum. Look at that. Just saw a really big move up on ETH. It's getting a little bit of a rejection, but we've just been going up and up and up and up and up and up during this stream. It's just made a final attempt here. Someone's just done like one of those massive market orders. I'm pretty content on this though overall. But literally this stream has just been grinding up and up and up and up and up and up and up. So go ETH. Look at this, up 5% now. And guess what? We didn't need any indicators for this. Look at this go. This website is called TradingView. Yes, Fibonacci. I wouldn't class Fibonacci as is Fibonacci an indicator? I would call that a tool, not an indicator. Obviously, I love Fibonacci, but I wouldn't class that as an indicator. The market cipher is absolutely tragic. Do not use. That's what somebody says. Where can I learn about? So yeah, good question. So if you do want to learn about order flow, you've come to the right place, because we do teach about order flow on our website. So if you want to learn about your harmonic patterns, if you want to learn about your order flow software, if you want to learn about, there's me. If you want to, if you want your checklist, your cheat sheets, your glossary, your videos, bonus videos, if you want to learn about that, then obviously we do teach that. So you got your volume courses, you got your volume, you got your footprint courses. So yeah, if you want, this is the thing that I want to stress, like Chart Champions are a educational group. We are not a signals group. You will occasionally get signals from us, and this is like icing on the cake, a little bit of a gift, that it's not to be like expected every day. But yeah, if you want to educate yourself, we're giving you the education so you can essentially go out and do your own trade. So you're not going to be reliant on someone else to tell you to buy and tell you to sell, because they're going to tell you to buy and sell way too late. So if you want to get in on some of those moves like algo, like Tezos, if you want to get in on those moves before they happen, well, if you're waiting for somebody on YouTube to tell you, again, it's just always too late. You got to get into the moves. The only way to get into these moves is to actually understand how to do technical analysis, isn't it? So if you want to get into the moves before these 100% gains, Well, you need to learn, essentially. Like, that's literally going to be the only way. If you're waiting for somebody on YouTube, you're probably going to always be late to the moves. If you want to learn how to recognize accumulation, if you want to recognize to spot your divergences, you want to recognize, you know, all about the volume, like, this is a good way of trading. And this is obviously what we teach you. So yeah, that's the service obviously that we offer if you're interested. So that's how you do that. Another question that we have here is, oh, this is a really good question. Why do you trade using inverse over USDT? Trying to figure out which one to use. So I trade obviously Bybit, and on Bybit I trade Bitcoin USD. And the question is, why do I trade Bitcoin USD over USDT? And the answer is because we're in a bull market. Okay, because we're in a bull market, I trade against BTC because I think that statistically it's more likely that I go to sleep and we get an increase than we see a massive decrease. So I'm happy to hold Bitcoin. Whereas, you know, if you were following any of my videos in 2018, for example, you will know in 2018, I was a very, 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 very big bear. So literally every single one of the rises, I was like short. I was a really, really, really big Bitcoin bear in 2018. You can go, I have YouTube videos from 2018 where you can like verify this. So do your own research even on against what I'm saying. Don't just take my word for it. Literally go back and verify yourself by watching the old videos. But in 2018, I was a very big Bitcoin bear. And during 2018, I would only trade against Tether because I recognized that we're in a bear market and it's more likely than not that we're going to be going down. So I want to trade against Tether, or I want to hold Tether, not Bitcoin. But then when we enter a bull market, I want to hold Bitcoin because statistically speaking, I'm going to be thinking more likely than not we're going to head up. So that's literally the reason why I would trade against Tether in a bear market and against Bitcoin at perpetual swap in a bull market. Really good question though, mate. What I'll say, guys and girls, we got 1,800 people in here. If we can get this to 1,500 likes, we'll stay on stream and continue with the questions. So please, if you want this to continue, we'll do some more technical questions. Remember, it's really easy. Just give a like to the video, turn it blue, give a thumbs up, give a like, and that shows you're enjoying what we're doing. We're doing live stream. We're doing a lot of live streams. If you want your question to be answered, give a like to the video. I'll stick around and do some more. I would be more than happy to do that. Oh, this is really this is the legend Mike. He's reading. Little disclaimer, do remember that Daniel has also been my mentor. Everything I know is thanks to him. I studied hard and eventually came up with my own strategies, like on Bitcoin. Sometimes I take 30 trades a day. It would be impossible to share everything at times. Yeah, Mike is obviously a low-term time frame trader as well. I'm turning more of a swing trader. I rarely scalp anymore. I'm really content swing trading, to be honest with you, because I'm also turning really busy. If we have any other questions. Do I take a new trade every day? Generally, yes. I will be trading every single day. What is the urgent emergency? The urgent emergency was Ethereum. Yeah, the urgent emergency Somebody was like, what's the urgent emergency of the title? The urgent emergency was Ethereum. And to be fair, we've literally been pumping during the whole video. to be fair, we have literally been pumping the whole video. But no, that was the urgent emergency. Ethereum. Wanted to bring it to your attention though. It's underway. Oh, this is a really interesting comment. So this guy says, I'm a carpenter making more money from you than any customer I've ever had. You're absolutely welcome, mate. That guy's making more money trading than he does in his full-time carpentry job. This is a good question. For a beginner, what do you need to learn first to become a top technical analyst? Well, I would obviously say start off with our beginner's course. Again, the beginner's course is absolutely free. This is free on the website. There's no payment required. It's all absolutely free. That is the link if you want to go check out the absolutely free beginner's course that we have. So obviously, I'd recommend you start off with this. We'll go through your risk management, your candlesticks, trading view introduction, so introduction to the software, you know, how to do your trading size, how to understand leverage, and then a Bybit tutorial. That's what I would recommend you start with. Again, that's absolutely free, no commitment, and this is a beginner's guide of how to get into trading, really. And then obviously you're naturally going to progress through the courses and end up learning about your footprint software, which is obviously a lot more advanced. So you wouldn't want to start with this. Let's just say that, because you're probably going to be lost. Unless it does what's happening right now, which is like nothing. Yeah, you wouldn't want to start with this. Do you trade if you're on vacation? Oh man, I can't remember the last time I took vacation, man. This last year has been painful. It really has. But generally, no. Generally not. If I'm on vacation, I would generally stay away. Does time zone really matter? No, it doesn't. Urgent emergency, Ethereum. How do you change aggregate trader? Yes, aggregate trader, you change it up here under the thresholds. That's how you can change your thresholds. Yes, Contender has all of the educational content available. That's available for all the contenders and all the champions. Another guy saying he makes more money here than his full-time job. We are actually creating a guide which will guide you through the best orders. I hope that's going to be finished in a week. But I have paid someone to do this, so an official order should be available in about a week. Does it take long to learn? Obviously, it depends from person to person. Somebody might be able to learn it all in 6 months. Somebody might learn it all in 2 years. I don't know. Obviously, everybody learns at their own pace, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not trying to promote that you're going to join and instantly become rich overnight. You know, my perspective is trading is a hard job, and you do need to put in time and dedication. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Again, it's really easy to make money when everything's in a bull market pumping. You know, it's not hard to make money when something's doing this. It's really not hard to make money. But this is going to turn around at some point. This is going to get retracements. You know, that's obvious. So, you know, trading requires skill. It requires time and effort. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So, yeah, no, generally speaking, we're going to say it takes about I don't know, maybe 6 months to a year to properly be good at it. Maybe 1 to 2 years even, you know. The legend Ormo. He made his annual wage in 2 months due to chart champions, and that guy is a legend. I love you, Ormo, and I hope to meet you again in our next meetup. I met him in London. What is that now? 1 year ago or 2 years ago? Can't remember. But we done a chart champions meetup in London, and I met Ormo, and he's a legend. And now he's making his annual wage in 2 months. So that shows you what you can achieve when you put in your time and dedication. But that was fun, though. This was the last chart champions meetup. Where were we? Yeah. These are all chart champions. There we are. Instead of crushing the charts, we were crushing a meal. I can't wait for the next meetup, honestly. I really can't. It's gonna be really fun. So how embarrassing is this photo? I've taken out the bull pennant again. But basically, what I say is when I take out this bull pennant, we enter the bull market. And yes, we go up, champ. He's going to be like, why did this guy like my comment 58 weeks later? Can I explain how to recognize bullish and bearish divergences? The thing is that these topics, like, it is a really good question, but the question to give a sufficient answer takes like an hour, like half an hour to an hour. And I only want to spend another few minutes on this stream, to be honest with you. It's a really good question. Like, I love those questions, but too much for the amount of time I have left. I'll take these last few and then I'm going to call it a night, to be honest. Daniel, absolutely thrilled to have joined the Champions group. Gracias, compadre, de nada. One question for you is, when would be a good time to sign up to exocharts to see the well moves as they happen? I mean, obviously, there's no requirement to use it. There's Atos, which is, because I just know a lot of people are like, they want it free. So Atos is obviously free. Tiger Trader is free. They're all the same. But I would say you don't want to sign. Yeah, obviously it's up to you. But I would say don't sign up until Exo until you've at least studied all the content. So this is going to take you a few months at least. So once you've studied the content, then it's probably worth signing up to it. But, you know, there's no need to FOMO into it straight away because it's going to take you a little bit of time to watch through this. But I'd say at least watch the volume and footprint modules before, because otherwise it's a little bit doesn't make sense because you wouldn't really understand what you're looking at here. Like, if you look at this, do you know what you're looking at? Like, we can say that this is, you obviously had your bearish divergences here. So you do have bearish divergences on the Bitcoin chart, to be fair. You need to know what you're looking at here. Otherwise, it's just numbers on the screen and you don't know how to do that as actionable information. Who paid for dinner? I actually paid dinner for everybody. Yeah, that was a few years ago, but yes, I proudly invited everybody to dinner. It's actually really funny because I could kind of remember when I paid for the bill and the waitress come along was like, so you're paying for everybody? And she looked like, because obviously I suppose because I'm like a really young guy, I was like, yeah, I'll cover the bill. And then one of the guys here, I'm not going to say who, but one of the guys tried to like pull the waitress, and it was pretty funny. Shout out to Jed. Only the people that were at the meetup will know who Jed is, but shout out to Jed, absolute legend. I think he tried to pull every single girl that he met. So good on him. Good on him. Are you still trading stock? Yes, I'm still active in the stock market. I trade stock market more than I trade altcoins. So I love the stock market. I trade that every day. Yep. I'm looking at the stock market like more than I look at altcoins anyway. Igor, yes, was also at the meetup, and it was epic, and we bowled a 618. That was pretty amazing. Daniel, do you have any poor friends? Yeah, I guess I do have, like, what, I don't know, it depends what you call poor, I suppose, but I wasn't born into money, obviously, so my friends are all normal people. Yeah. But the lip gloss is on point. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not wearing any lip gloss. It might, does it look like I'm wearing lip gloss? I just got shiny lips in this photo. But no, I was definitely not wearing any lip gloss. Are you going to do an international chart champions conference? That would be really cool, I suppose, if we could do that. But I've not really thought about it yet. But that would be really cool if we could make that happen, yeah. So hard to watch where we were up to on those questions. Daniel, I've made times 12 in my portfolio since I joined Chart Champions, guaranteed high quality educational content. Well done, mate. This guy's times 12 his portfolio in a month since he joined Chart Champions. That's obviously really good. Oh, this guy. I made 5,000 this month. I am definitely joining Chart Champions. Well done, mate. Daniel, did your Instagram treasure hunt end? I honestly have no idea what I'm going to give away. Well, actually, I do know what I want to give away. I want to give away the cap and I want to give away the hoodie. But to answer the question, no, I have not picked anyone to win that. Maybe that's what we can do in the next live stream. Then we'll do because I need to give that away. I literally still have the stuff to give away. So I want to give away a Chart Champions cap. I want to give away a Chart Champions hoodie, and I want to give away a Chart Champions jumper. So yeah, we'll try and remind me. We'll do that in the next live stream. And I'm going to call it a night from here. Yeah, I'm going to call it a night then. So yeah, cheers everybody. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. So for a summary to wrap it up, I suppose I'm expecting a little bit of consolidation or downwards on Bitcoin. I would personally like to see downwards on Bitcoin during the weekend. Obviously the altcoins right now are mental. Take caution. Buying up at these highs is pretty irresponsible. Let's be totally honest. I think Ethereum looks really nice as long as it holds that important support that we went through. If we lose that important support, unfortunately, we had a fake out. That's just part of the game. Sometimes it can happen. But I personally really like Ethereum. EOS, I agree, also looks nice. And I think that is about it then. I think that's it. So that's my recap. I'm expecting a little bit of downwards on Bitcoin on the weekend. I'm looking for Ethereum to continue its bounce. I've given you the important support in Ethereum. If it loses that important support, then I was wrong. That's, I'm happy to say I was wrong if Ethereum loses that support. But unless, while it holds it, I'm bullish on ETH. Yeah, I think Tezos Algo look really good. I think EOS looks good. So yeah, obviously the USD pairs could see a potential pullback because I'm a bit more bearish. Well, I'm not really bearish on Bitcoin, but I'm expecting a bit of a pullback. So that's the summary. Hope you've all enjoyed. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed your weekend. Thank you ever so much and have a great day. Thank you and goodbye. Cheers.